The Minnesota Timberwolves select Karl Anthony Towns from the University of Kentucky.
And you make them healthy, along with Zach LaVine, Andrew Wiggins, Shabazz Muhammad. They have talent on that team.
Kevin Garnett to mentor
Minnesota's success this year.
Towns off the feed and the dunk. Full extension by Cat. Rubio feeds Karl Anthony and Cat attacks the rim.
I love the fake handoff. That's a play that some teams run, especially if you have a big that can handle a rock.
To the fact that Malachi Richardson beat his team for a state championship while he was in high school.
Ooh, Towns! Oh my goodness! That was special!
Tayshaun Prince is nodding his head in approval down here. There's a lot of time left in this game, but can you get stops? They're starting to execute a little better offensively here. That drought they went through is a killer. Because when you're playing against Oklahoma City, you can't have scoring.
With the basketball going behind the back, short up the handle, gets it all the way to the rack, the high dribble, the finger roll, and it goes! Oh, baby!
The Harrison Barnes look out here on the perimeter, a little measuring on roller skates, and then beautiful handoff with Gordy Jing. How about that? Shot clock winding down. Zach LaVine gets it up onto the rim. Karl Anthony Towns just times it perfectly.
Footwork, pump fake, one dribble. You want some? Come on over here, young fella.
Karl Anthony Towns watching from the top. Dante Cunningham is consumed with the roller that time, and Towns just goes right around him. And it's all about the Gorgie roll. The Gorgie roll made Dante Cunningham.
Their lead back up to 15 as we head to the fourth in downtown Minneapolis.
Towns just completely snuffs this shot by Devin Booker. Just snuffs it against the floor. Again, Tyus rejects the screen, the pocket pass. On time, on target.
Karl Anthony Towns on the miss by Jimmy Butler. Look at this. Up, bice.
They certainly are not taking anything for granted, given what happened here the other night against Moss.
And you overplay on the high side, he'll just spin to the rim. Basic basketball play right there when you got a player of his size and his skill set. Ties the game.
Post up, Anthony Davis does a great job of getting him off the block. That's just...
Karl Anthony Towns just eviscerating the rim.
In games 1 and 2, we saw a lot of that fade away, especially once he got into the paint. Look at this, getting ready to fade away right there. Turns over.
There's a few times we've actually had barbecue chicken sent by a player to the man who originated.
After keeping the shot from going in on the inside by Thad Young, just pushing
Heat up, beginning with the dunk. And the Timberwolves leading it by a half dozen late in the first.
You'll be able to see the Town gets the...
There, Muhammad got in the way of Jackson.
This is good defense by Aldridge. Contest without fouling. That's just a heck of a play by Karl Anthony Towns. That's a shot he was actually working on before the ball game.
Point cushion, one more look. Towns finding Belly underneath for his second time.
That Karl will get a little bit over anxious to be able to be the transition. Fast break points. These are two of them right here in spectacular fashion. Devin Booker lucky there was no foul call here because he kind of brushes Towns here right there, kind of hits him. Taj Gibson and Andrew Wiggins down low trying to deal with Anthony Davis. Cat comes from the help side.
Three guys working together out here, okay? Now this is just a sensational block by...
Isolation play. Here's a big man that can shoot a three, and yet he can put it down, and look, gets the three on the end.
Hitting a three over Towns. On the next possession, Towns finally.
5 assists in the game. Timberwolves with a 14-point lead midway through the second.
First Towns, I mean, he wound up on that one and showing exactly why he's one of the top big men in the league.
And that's 4 on Hollis Jefferson.
And Maxi Cleveland has not done much to deny Karl Towns the basketball.
Floor. How about the finish over Aaron Baines?
Active, he's got the physicality. You got Karl Anthony Towns running the floor.
They were just inexcusable. But that's just good basketball. Towns loves to flare back for the jumper.
James Harden, this is what makes me think he's not totally there. How many times have you seen Harden?
Karl Anthony Towns rocking around the clock. The Timberwolves with a 14-point advantage here downtown.
And he goes out to set the wing pick for Jeff Teague, and then the roll. The corner's empty, so there's nobody to pick up the roller that time. It's kind of how Steven Adams scored on that one play as well. The handoff.
The Timberwolves built an early 12-point lead, but the Kings right now are coming roaring back. Karl Anthony Towns and the Timberwolves on the short end of a 6-point game.
Go to the free throw line here. Slice it in half.
Gets the bucket and the damage. Towns, this was impressive.
Was grabbing Karl right here too. That could have been a foul.
Towns has 8.
The Towns put back. Andrew Wiggins from the left corner. Normally a spot, as we've seen today, where he knocks down shots, and that thing was soft.
On the call, look at Towns.
With the go baseline underneath the hoop. In transition, Dario wide open. Karl, he just has that knack of being able to find that seam. If you don't put a body on him, like all great offensive rebounders. See if he pump fakes and he's able to stay. Wow, the presence of
Karl Anthony Towns slinging it. And the Wolves with the 6-point advantage early in quarter number 1.
Towns, he knows that Luka wants to get to the rims. After he gathers right there, again, diving on the loose ball, Malcolm Brogdon. Quick, and then Karl Anthony Towns started by from Rashawn Holmes. Go back to the Sharks, save to Derrick Rose, and to the alley-oop pass to Karl Anthony Towns. Good anticipation by Towns, because I don't think you were sure that Derrick Rose was going to throw that one up. There, just runs right into the chest of Julius Randle again. Nice.
With 8:01 to go here in the third.
He gets angry. And that's what it takes. I mean, he got hit right in the face. Was that a flagrant foul? I mean, like, Marc Gasol hit it.
27 in the quarter. Karl Anthony Towns did his best to keep the Timberwolves close.
He tries to make something happen off the dribble. Karl gets out of his way, but then spots up. And Thaddeus Young, for some reason.
Second quarter, he goes baseline, probably pushes, and yes, we call that a reverse jam, and he growls at him after the dunk. Wood.
But can we see
Karl Anthony Towns, the drop down by Dario.
Look. Towns, what great awareness to get it out of his hand, and he got it away in time. They will count the bucket. The Timberwolves are walk-off winners. Karl Anthony Towns, Jim, he was in foul trouble all night, but he can't.
Started. A little two-man game. He is anticipating a little cut down the paint. This is nicely done, Derrick Rose.
Getting Towns over the top of flare screen, and Dwight Powell gets caught up on a Taj Gibson screen. Karl just escape dribbles to below the break. To a jump shot as the shot clock is winding down. So the Timberwolves chest area right there.
Get out of my way.
Away from the Wizards, because we wouldn't have seen this play. Again, Karl Anthony Towns taking on Draymond Green, who's just a tremendous defender. Towns gets back into play. Andrew gets and secures the rebound off the Towns.
Towns gets Shemi Ojale in a bad position. My goodness.
He was bringing some malicious intentions with that.
I mean, he just takes this and takes it to the glass and cuffs it.
Fancy, but it's so effective.
Again, Towns just off the block, and he creates and has so.
Going back to Towns.
Look at the defenders who are coming to collapse on
Waiting for this
Karl Anthony Towns, just looking to the middle of the floor. You could go back and you could find a montage of James.
And then in transition, the reach back. Catman.
How about off of a made basket? Good job of throwing the ball ahead. Towns finishing over.
His jaw just gets pummeled by the left shoulder of Karl Anthony Towns. That looked like it hurt. Oh, man.
The local Karl Anthony Towns elevating. How fun is this? Timberwolves leading the Thunder by 15. Can't get enough a look at Towns.
Jeff Teague collapses the defense, and you got a lot of yellow jerseys right there. JaVale McGee took it right in the...
The Timberwolves built an early 12-point lead, but the Kings right now are coming roaring back. Karl Anthony.
I mean, I didn't expect Karl to get to it. That was a will there. He just put that on the deck, and with the left. So again, he's got Steve Adams, and there's an overloaded side. He's got Chris.
He's been doing it all.
Treveon Graham standing up. Hachimura giving Karl Anthony. Again, in transition, Jeff Teague just pulls it out. Towns comes from
Maxi Kleber back up off the bench for Dallas.
Nice basket cut that time by Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins and Towns.
In the lead for the first time in this game as we get late in quarter number 1.
Mind about how he plays the game, and he thought one thing is that he could have played better offense. He's got to find a way to hunt something, so he hunts this one. Pump fake drive. Royce O'Neal tries to wrap Karl up. There's all kinds of contact here, and Karl just getting his way through. It's the third time he's veered to his right hand to try to get that up, and this time Minnesota gets another offensive rebound.
Towns, yeah, that counts. Oh my! Timberwolves push it back to an 11-point lead to close.
Hit it home again, and Josh Krug does a nice job of cutting from the corner chest, and then the drop step. Complete foul by JaVale McGee. This is Josh Okogie, so watch this little basket cut by Treveon Graham. He has an open shot. We're going to give Jeff Green the shot, and we're not going to leave down.
The block starts the Timberwolves in transition. And Minnesota feeling good about its start out of the locker room here in quarter number 3.
Plays inside, getting some dunks again. Keek ticks it out. He's the open man, but then instead of shooting it, he dribbles it back out and finds Karl Anthony Towns. It's exactly what I was saying before when he was in the game and took the shot, is can we get a better one? And so he does exactly that. He tries to... Towns uses the same move that we've seen Trae Young use. Drive inside the arc, get the defender rolling backwards, and then step back behind the arc and knock down on Jordan. Should be his 4th. Met Hurdo and said, you got to get up. What are you doing? Are you crazy? Like, get out there and guard him. Don't you know who he is? And so he stayed in bounds, and he was able to find Jordan Bell for the reverse.
This is suddenly in double figures. One thing Towns has not done this afternoon is hit a 3.
Minnesota 10 of 18, and Karl just... nobody in his space. Nobody even closing out to put a hand up.
Ron was just racking up the dimes with the greatest of ease as well. Towns, great fake to get Kaminsky leaning the wrong way, and he finishes with the flush.